Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video and welcome back to this channel. It's been a while. I'll talk you through the whole process, why I've been absent for such a long time. A lot of great things have been happening, so stay tuned. Well, that's not what this video is about. In this video, I want to talk to you about, or do a small recap of my past weekend that I spent at the CHIO in Aachen, and I was fortunate enough to be invited to 3 media activities powered by Rolex. So I'll talk you through the whole weekend. It has been a blast. I had so much fun and I learned so much, and I had great talks with amazing writers and officials of the show. So you'll see all of that in this video. First of all, for all of those who don't know the CHIO in Aachen, I'll give you a small run through and give you 6 facts. I don't know why it's been 6. Usually you do 5 or 10, but let's make it 6. Number 1, CHIO stands for Concours Hippique International Officiel. Don't come for me if I pronounce that wrong, so I apologize to all the French-speaking people who just had to hear this and witness what I just said. But that's what it is. Small hint for my German followers, it's not das CHIO, it's der CHIO. Number 2. The disciplines featured at the CHIO in Aachen are show jumping, dressage, eventing, driving, and vaulting. Number 3. The event is hosted by the Aachen-Laurensberger Rennverein, which was founded in 1898, I think. As the event grew over the years, of course, everything else had to grow as well. So in 1975, the Aachener Reitturnier GmbH was founded and has ever since been in charge of the whole marketing. Number 4, the 4 major sponsors of the CHIO in Aachen are Mercedes-Benz, Turkish Airlines, Allianz, and Rolex. Number 5, the CHIO in Aachen is also a part of the prestigious Rolex Grand Slam series, so it hosts a major. The other majors are hosted in the Netherlands, Switzerland, and Canada. Number 6. This show is huge. It's known as the World Equestrian Festival, but it has these amazing grounds which were only used twice a year. Once for winter for a youth competition, and then in the summer for the prestigious CHIO. So the team decided, why not use this thing that we have here with the amazing facilities all year round, which is why in 2020 the CHIO Aachen campus was founded.
Well, the initial thought about campus is giving a contribution to the sport and using the venue here in Aachen, using our network, and bring this all together to help young people to get into the sport and to support them on their way to become a top senior athlete.
So as you've just seen, afterwards I went to the Media Cocktail, which is an annual thing hosted in Aachen by Rolex, where they just invite accredited media who can just have a lovely time. And it was so much fun because I met so many nice people. I also got to have a chat with some journalists that I haven't seen in a while, and that's actually something that I really love about like my job and about the work that I do. I get to meet so many lovely people. And sometimes, actually the first day we had lunch together, it was like, oh, this is like family reunion. And I really love that a lot. And I just love having a very friendly relationship with some of the quite known journalists from big magazines. And it's always a lot of fun with them talking and just chatting about the sport, about life, about everything. So that was a very, very nice little thing. And it was actually very nice because from the lounge where the Media Cocktail was hosted, you have like a very direct view to the last warm-up ring, because in Aachen you have a big warm-up ring and you have a smaller warm-up ring, which is the one you have right before the riders enter the big main stadium. So it's, for me personally, I love the warm-up area because I just feel like you get to see a lot of riding and a lot of you get a lot of tips and tricks from the professionals without them even telling you what they're doing, because you just see a lot how they handle situations, how they do like the warm-up, how they do like what are they jumping just before going into the big arena. And it's you learn, you have like this typical handbook you get handed to as an amateur, kind of, where they say, okay, the last one is this, then you do this, and blah blah blah. And it's so interesting to watch how the professional riders, how the big names in the sports, how they do that, and also how their warm-up changes depending on the horse they're actually sitting on. So I love that. Warm-up is my favorite place to be. Enough warm-up rings, let's get straight back to business, talking about the panel discussion that I was also invited to, and that was really, really nice. We were sitting in the museum of the CHIO Aachen. Not many know that that exists, and it's such a beautiful place to be. You learn a lot about the history of the whole show, and it also gives you an amazing bird's eye view from to see like all the way around the whole not the whole show, but like for me personally the most important part, the jumping part. And this panel discussion that I'm talking about now is actually, or has been, very interesting for me, because they were invited 5 riders, Jeroen Dubbeldam, Meredith Michaels-Beerbaum, Scott Brash, Rodrigo Pessoa, and Deusser, who have all won the major of the Rolex Grand Slam in Aachen. Additionally, Michael Mrons, it's hard for me to say Michael Mrons because he's, in Germany we say Michael Mrons, Michael Mrons, and he talked about the whole part of like the organization behind the Grand Slam. And of course Merrick was there to host the whole thing, and let me just say, he's an incredible host, but I think he knows that.
You cannot just prepare for a Grand Prix or for one single show like that. Like Meredith also said, or Scott also mentioned before, to build up that horse that is able to win the Rolex Grand Slam here, that takes many, many years. And of course, the fine tuning at the end, the last couple of weeks, you can make a special plan that the horse doesn't jump so much. And even if you want to do so, the horse, yeah, you should have been ready a couple of weeks before. You cannot just prepare for one single show. It's really a journey of many, many years over young horse classes, over different arenas, that the horse gets a lot of experience and must have had a lot of results before. Otherwise, I don't think it will be you will be able to win a class like that. No?
It was very nice talking to them, and they were very open about the whole topic regarding how do you prepare for a show like this. And as you just heard, Daniel said, well, you just don't only prepare for the show, which of course is quite obvious, but for me as an amateur, it seems like, okay, well, if you are even invited to Aachen, which is a huge show, you're only allowed to ride at this show if you are qualified, because there are a lot of shows nowadays where you can kind of like buy your way in. We have like very high starting fees, and you can just say, okay, I want to ride there. So if you have the money, you have very high chances of actually going to that show. But at this show, it's not possible. You cannot buy your way into this show. And I think that makes it really special, because you then, of course, see the best riders in the world, and the most successful riders in the world. And for me personally, that is very, very interesting to see how they think of it. So how they are still humble, but at the same time also try not to say, okay, this I have to prepare only for this, because I think, well, because I'm not in there, like not them. But for me personally, this would be a huge deal. I would like, oh my God, I have to start there. So I have to prepare. But for them, it's a milestone. It's not this one thing that they're doing. It's a milestone, and they really appreciate it, and they're really humble about it. And all the riders, even the ones who have been to the stadium for a few times already and have ridden there and also have won ribbons, etc., they all say it's still something else if you ride into the stadium, or the moment you ride into the stadium. So that's what I thought was really interesting, to see how they all have their different memories, but at the same time are one thing is like the same. They're all always in awe of this huge stadium.
On a Saturday night, 2 shots in and she feeling just right. Call up her girlfriends, rush to the club, trying to squeeze them hips in a dress so tight. You love her, caught your eye, won't find another. Live so soft.
Of course, I asked all of the riders after the panel talk if they could sign my Rolex Grand Slam passport. It was introduced for the first time this year, and you could buy it for the first time in Aachen. And I bought it, and for me, it's just a very nice memory. It gave me a little bit childhood memories, because the first international show I attended as a child was Falsterbo Horse Show in Sweden. And it was, for me, I was running around with a t-shirt and a permanent marker getting autographs from my idols. That was when I was really young. And so this kind of gave me like throwback memories. So for me, this is a very nice memory. Apart from the childhood memories, it kind of brings back. But at the same time, it also means that I might have to visit the Dutch Masters, go to Canada and also to Switzerland. So I get my passport filled. Finally, it was Sunday. It's actually my favorite day. It has always been, and it's not something that I say now because I was invited by Rolex. I have to be really honest with you. I've been going to Aachen for, I think the first time was 2014, and ever since I've been a part of that show. I've worked as officially for the press team. I was invited as an influencer. I was invited by companies. I did so many things over the past years at that show, and I've seen it evolve, and I've seen all these great things that they're changing, and how the show just gets better and bigger and nicer every year. It's just, when you think you've seen it all, they find something new. So I absolutely love this show. It's just amazing. There's nothing, in my opinion, that compares to that, and I've seen actually quite a few shows. Apart from the other shows that host the Grand Slam majors, small hint. But ever since I've attended Aachen for the first time, the Sunday has always been my favorite day, because I just love the whole vibe. I love the day. I love this, it's just different. It's tough to explain, but it's so different. This time I walked through the course with Frank Rothenberger, and he explained to us what is going to be like a little bit difficult. When walking the course, we talked about the first round.
Some of the horses will spook to the water and might get a fault on the white rails. Next one, I must keep my assistants where they are, because we haven't decided the time allowed. Water jump, 4 meters straight. Can be a little bit difficult because I have to jump the... Come. They have to jump the water uphill from the entrance, and then with a short 5-stride distance behind the red vertical, difficult, short poles, plain color, plain red, looks ugly and can be very difficult. So the next jump will be the biggest and the widest jump in the arena, triple bar, 1.60 meters high and 2.20 in spread. And the question and the problem will come soon. After jumping the wide water jump and then jumping this triple bar, really difficult. You need a lot of speed to jump this triple bar, and then you have to prepare for the triple combination with the black poles downhill, a little bit to the left. It's Like it's like a 7 stride distance, but I think the riders will add 1 stride and they do 8 instead of 7. So this will be 8 strides. They will add 1 stride to prepare for the triple, all on 1 stride. Very difficult with this plain color, black, red and yellow, plank on top, white oxer, 153 by 1.70 meters. Down here this is 8.10 meters and 8 meters to this jump here. Then we continue. They go around that island and jumping Mercedes jump this direction. And this is a difficult line coming now with the Rolex vertical. And I have to, come on. This doesn't work really well here. Ihr müsst da ein Loch runter machen, der ist ja ganz schief. Ein Loch tiefer geht nicht. Ihr müsst ein Loch runter machen und dann was drunter, dass die Oberlinie gerade ist. Okay, then we have don't walk too far because the riders walk the course. Okay, this will be a 6 short stride distance, narrow jump, 2.50 meters poles, very difficult, very plain, very flat. This jump, it's a nice jump, but it's very difficult. And then we continue to the third combination, 12A and B. As we have a partner country, United States, we have some theme jumps in the arena from United States. The Golden Oscars, the combination, also there's American flag over there, jumping in the second round. And 12A and B, very long course, 5 long strides. Maybe they do 6 strides, but they must be careful not to exceed the time allowed. Second last jump. This combination in the last jump will be the Rolex, number 13. Number 13, last jump.
Let me tell you, you never know what happens on Grand Slam Day, because there are a few riders who have already won a major where you might think, okay, they will definitely make it because they know what they're doing, and they didn't make it to the second round because the second round is only open to those riders or to the best 19 riders of the first round. In the end, 4 riders secured with their clear rounds their spot in the jump off, and the jump off was intense. One of the crowd favorites was Richard Vogel. He has been incredible the whole show week. He had several wins, which is amazing. I think he was actually crowned the most successful rider in show history of Aachen, because he kind of like won it all, and at the same time, if he didn't win, he got second. So that was crazy. And in the Rolex Grand Slam, he actually got third, but he had the best time, and it was the last fence that went down. Andre Thieme and Chakaria won the Grand Slam, which is amazing. And we had, I think, the funniest press conference I've ever been to, although I must say that I also had a press conference also with Andre Thieme a few years ago in Hamburg at that show at the Derby. And in my opinion, he's one of the funniest and most humble people that the top sport has to offer. We had a very funny press conference. I have the whole press conference for you online as well if you want to watch that, but I'll just give you a few snippets here because it was just very cute what he was saying.
Shakaria, you just said on live television, you just love her like your wife. Is she one of a kind for you?
Oh yeah, for me she is. And I said that many times by now, and my wife pretty much...
Be careful.
It was one time really not good because one reporter definitely said, he said he loves her more than his wife. And that's not what I said. And I made sure that's not what I said. So, but I said many times I love her just like my wife, and she totally understands, and she likes her also. Especially when they come home now. That price check. It's all good. It's a one of a lifetime watch for me. She made so many things happen in our life. We had so unbelievable moments, so unbelievable wins all over the world. You know, European champion, individual champion. She gave me medals on championships. So but this, of course, Grand Prix of Aachen is yeah, for me. I thought I would never ever have a chance ever as an Aussie.
And it really happened. Congratulations again, André.
So after the press conference, the riders quickly had to run because they had to get back on the horses in order to say the farewell of the nations, which is, yeah, it's tradition in Aachen that every year at the end of the show, everyone gets out a handkerchief and starts waving, and it was a lot of fun. And I hope to be returning next year because it's different. Aachen hits different.